We are learning more information about the shooting that happened here at CityPlace Doral. It's a deadly shooting. Several people were involved. So we did learn that a security guard was shot and killed while performing his duties in what has been described as a commercial establishment at CityPlace Doral. Now, multiple people were involved in this. So let's break it down. In total, we know that 9 people were shot. That includes 1 officer. 2 people are dead. 6 innocent bystanders were also involved. 2 women and 1 male, or excuse me, 2 women and the rest are male, 4 men. So again, in total, 9 people were shot. We know the officer is stable. There are 2 people dead, including the security guard. And then there were 6 innocent bystanders. That includes 2 women and 4 men. Now, Kendall Regional Trauma Center, that is one of the locations that the injured have been taken. The other includes Jackson Memorial Hospital. So 2 Doral officers, we also know, shot back. One of them was injured by gunfire. That officer has been working on the job for 4 years. We also learned that officer applied a tourniquet on himself, which officials say helped him save his own life. Right now, we're still working to figure out whose gunfire hit those 6 innocent bystanders, again, because we don't know if it was the security guard's gunfire, if it was the police officers or the people who were involved in a dispute. So all of this began as a dispute between patrons inside that commercial establishment. Again, we're hearing that the security officer intervened. That is when one of the patrons began to open fire, and of course police responded. So this is what unfolded here at CityPlace Doral. Now, coincidentally, according to police, that they actually did a training here 1 year ago. To this day, they say they conducted a mass casualty training at the same location, CityPlace Doral. So again, this is the result of that training, the response. Police say, thankfully, there were no more. It could have been worse, obviously, than this, because this is a very busy location. Right now, we know that 2 people are dead. Unfortunately, that security guard lost his life protecting the establishment, intervening in that dispute. Officers also got involved. 2 officers discharged their weapons. One of the officers was hit. That officer applied a tourniquet on himself, which law enforcement say may have helped him save his own life. So again, we continue following this story throughout the morning. And we also have a reporter on scene. So we are going to get more information from our reporter, Sofia Hernandez, as she gets situated as well. So if you're just joining us, we begin with breaking news out of Doral. So right now we know that there was an altercation at CityPlace Doral. CityPlace Doral is a very busy establishment. If you've been to the area, you know just how busy it gets at all hours, really, of the day. It's also a gathering place, really. A lot of events for the community, for families as well. This, however, happened around 3:30 this morning, so there is quite a nightlife scene at CityPlace Doral. For those of you who've never been, there are bars, restaurants, there are comedy clubs in the area, so it is very busy. You just saw, you're looking at a split screen here, so you just saw the Martini Bar. I mean, that is a very, very popular place. So again, unfortunately, though, we have this horrible situation here. We learned that there was a dispute between patrons at one of the establishments there. At some point, a security guard that's working at CityPlace Doral got involved, doing that security guard's job. That security guard, unfortunately, was shot and killed while performing his duties in what has been described as a commercial establishment at CityPlace Doral. We know that multiple people were involved. Here's what we know. Let's break these numbers down. In total, we know that 9 people were shot. 2 people were killed. That includes the security guard and the shooter. So 4 men and 2 women. Those are the innocent bystanders who were also injured. Again, we know the cop was shot as well, a police officer that responded. That police officer applying a tourniquet on himself, which officials say helped him save his own life. That officer has been on the job for about 4 years at this point. So he obviously knew how to respond to this situation as well. Again, 9 people in total impacted here. 2 of them were killed. That includes the security guard responding to the situation, the shooter that was involved. 1 cop was also shot. That cop is now in stable condition, and that includes 6 innocent bystanders, 2 females and 4 men. Those innocent bystanders have been taken to separate hospitals. That includes HCA, Kendall Regional, and Jackson Memorial Hospital as well. At this point, we're still working to learn more information. Obviously, this is active and unfolding as I'm speaking. Here on your screen, you can see CityPlace Doral is completely blocked off by law enforcement. This is not a typical scene, obviously, for CityPlace Doral. It is a very busy area. I mean, it is 8 o'clock in the morning right now. At this point, places would start, employees would start filling into the area, getting ready to open. Again, there is a nightlife, there are restaurants, there are bars in this area, but there's also, it's a gathering place for families, for little kids. I mean, they play in the plaza there. There's usually events as well for families, and it is the weekend. So of course, usually you're going to see this area filled and busy. It looks like that place is going to be closed down for a little while as this investigation continues. So if you are just joining us, we are learning that there was a deadly shooting, a multi-casualty shooting at CityPlace Doral. It involved 9 people. It was sparked by a dispute that happened between patrons inside of what has been described as a commercial establishment. 9 people were involved. 9 people were infected by this shooting. 2 people were shot and killed here. That includes the security guard who responded, unfortunately shot and killed while performing his duties, just out on the job. I mean, our hearts obviously go out to the security guard's family and loved ones. Again, we know that 2 people were killed, that security guard that responded and the shooter involved. Also injured, a cop, a police officer responding from the City of Doral Police. That officer has been taken to the hospital. The officer is in stable condition. 6 innocent bystanders also injured in this shooting. That includes 2 women and 4 men. They have been taken to different hospitals, including Jackson and Kendall Regional Hospital as well. At this point, investigators say the investigation does continue, although they have been able to give us some information. We're still working to figure out whose gunfire hit those 6 innocent bystanders. But we do want to bring in one of our reporters because, again, we're learning more information about what happened. And Sophia, you were just at that press conference, so you're getting a little more insight as to what happened here. So what are we learning?
Yeah, that's exactly right. This all took place at around 3:30 this morning. We are told that 9 people were shot at the Martini Bar, which is just behind me. And I don't want to take a step out because you can still see that obviously that area is closed off. It's, of course, here at the CityPlace in Doral. Among those 9 people who were shot was a security guard who worked at the establishment and the suspect who is believed to have started this shooting. They are both dead. An officer was also shot. We're told he has been with Doral Police for 4 years and is currently in the hospital. 6 other innocent bystanders were also shot. Again, this all happened inside of the Martini Bar. Among those 6, we have 4 males and 2 females. Right now, they are assessing any physical evidence that is out here right now to kind of see how this all started. They believe that an altercation and a dispute took place again inside of that establishment. But as far as who shot who, it's still too early to kind of make that out and understand and determine who shot those innocent bystanders, whose gun was it. We're told that that security guard is who tried to stop that suspect. He was shot by the suspect and killed on site. Those 2 officers who were off duty then stepped in to apprehend that suspect. They were able to neutralize that suspect, but that officer was shot, and again, it has been taken to the hospital. How those other 6 innocent bystanders were shot, again, we are talking 2 females and 4 males. We're still learning to understand what exactly happened.